Well, joining us now to provide another perspective as to what the Foreign Affairs Ministry is doing about the situation of Nigerians in Libya is Dr. Tokwe Elias Fatile, who is the spokesperson, head of crisis monitoring and public communications at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. You're welcome to Sunrise Daily.
Thank you very much, Mape.
So first and foremost, what can you tell us, that the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is doing about the situation of Nigerians who, first of all, are stranded in Libya and those who are coming home?
Thank you very much. You need to understand that the Embassy of Nigeria in Libya is actually under the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Mm-hmm. We get them engaged always, monitor what is happening, and ensure that they put in the right thing at the right time. Now, the Charge d'Affaires that just spoke did not come to Nigeria for Jamboree. He was invited by the Honorable Minister of Foreign Affairs, Geoffrey Oyama, on consultations to discuss, to rub minds together and come out with strategies, if you like, on how to further address these problems and the crisis. And in addition to that, we also decided to use the opportunity to package him for him to enlighten Nigerians, to educate Nigerians, and he's the Nigerian official right there on ground for Nigerians to know and understand exactly what these problems are. Because you listen to so many people saying so many things, but they don't have the facts and figures. They don't know the challenges, the limitations.
What do you mean by the challenges and the limitations of who precisely? Of Nigerians?
Well, no, over there in Libya.
Of Libyans?
No, over there in Libya. For example, you heard him telling you that there's no the presence of government is not felt everywhere.
That's the Libyan government?
Yes. Those are challenges, of course. And for instance, let me just tell you that to address some of those things that came up during this period of consultation, the minister has come up with a directive that we should see how to engage with the United Nations, with the African Union, with the European Union, and other key stakeholders to see how indeed we can really address some of these things that are perhaps, let me use the word, maybe beyond what we can do as a country in Libya, to seek partners so that we can work together. So those are the issues. And then recently too, we issued what is called phone numbers, emergency phone numbers for Nigerians in Libya who may be in distress, or even Nigerians here, their relations, to call them. And I have the numbers here. It's an opportunity for me to give to you to call, please.
Yes, we will be able to put that important. Much later.
Email addresses that are there for them to contact us. And it's been very useful, I can tell you. Even as at yesterday, people have been calling to register some of these complaints, and they have been attended to.
What kind of complaints are you getting?
Okay, for instance, someone suddenly got into distress, and then now he has this phone number, which he doesn't have access to initially. Mm-hmm. Then calls and say, well, this is where I am. I never knew that this is how it is. How can the mission come to my rescue? Such complaints, and the mission got to know that, okay, there's certain people in certain areas and things like that, and they're working hard to see how they can, within the limitations, to see how to address it.
How are you hoping to disseminate these numbers to Nigerians in different parts of Libya?
Well, already it's been working, and we've been disseminating using every available opportunity, including now. You can see me. I've used every opportunity to see how we can really work on this, and to a large extent, actually, people who have been calling from different parts of Libya, well, I would not know exactly where the locations are, but the charge himself even confirmed. And there are email addresses there. We'll be receiving email addresses to inform us to see how we can also assist. And we've been passing across to Libya.
Well, the ministry has been criticized for being too slow, to responding to Nigerians. One of the things, one of the reasons why this seems to have escalated is the fact that there was a report on it, on the situation of Nigerians in Libya, especially the slave market happening in Libya. Before now, was the ministry aware of any such, market? And was it also aware of the situation of, the fact that quite a number of Nigerians were stranded right there in the country?
That's a very good question, and it's an opportunity for me to enlighten the Nigerians about these issues. Now, the Chaje will have mentioned that it is it has been a continuous process to evacuate Nigerians from Libya back home. It's not just a recent thing. So it has continuously over years, I think even earlier, before that video came out, we've been working. And Nigerians are being evacuated to the country. Now, we need to understand how the Ministry of Foreign Affairs works. It's an organized setup, follow procedures, protocols, arrangements, and other things. Now, when that video came up, we've been working before then, but you see, the new dimension the video brought led us to now ask further questions from the mission to ask, okay, are you aware of this and things like that? And they told us that yes, in line with what was happening, and then we now raise further questions.
In other words, that situation was not reported, even though, yes, the head of mission is directly under the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. That situation was known of, but was not reported to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
No,
is that right?
No, you didn't get me right.
What I heard you say was that you asked questions. I mean, you investigated further.
Yes.
As a result of the video that came up.
Yes, yes.
What I'm saying is that even though it was known, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs wasn't aware of